baby.
Yes.
Welcome to
Yes.
Weather Together. I'm Wade Harris. This is my buddy Carl Rippey.
Yes, Carl Rocket Rippey.
Rocket
For
Rippey.
those of you just joining us, that's my
Yeah.
nickname, Wade the Blade Harris.
Yeah, well, we got all kinds of nicknames. We can't say them on air. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
no,
No.
what
Yeah,
you
right.
talking about?
Exactly. I think our big topic of the weather is this cold.
It is
temperature.
flat out cold,
I mean, from here to the south, as
Yes.
far as you can go, practically.
pretty
right?
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Wet and cold and heavy wet snow. And we have a guest today from the Weather Service telling us that New Orleans has 8 inches of snow. We don't have that much here in the capital city.
Thank goodness.
There is plenty of snow around Wyoming, though, especially in the higher elevation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's some man-made snow in other places, which is even as awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
For us on Casper Mountain, those of
Yeah.
you joined us from
Yeah.
Casper, appreciate you being with us all over the country, really streaming us in.
I'm sure the people or places rather that are getting the snow for the ski resorts are really appreciating
Yes.
this.
Right. Oh, it's perfect. The winter weather enthusiast, or it's a blast. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're halfway through more than halfway through January. Believe it or not.
Buckle up, people.
Yeah.
Right.
We ain't seen nothing yet, Carl. Let's show them what we got.
All right. So across the nation, for those of you that have joined us from many locations, we still have some pretty extreme conditions. The conditions in the south and southeast,
Yeah.
wet coming off of the Gulf, that moisture spreading up into the southern tier, meeting up with all that cold air that came from Canada, from Arctic regions, even north of
Heck,
us.
Canada, they're just not very nice to us.
No,
are they?
right. They're really getting it. You want to know cold and miserable, go up there.
So
Yeah, no, thank you.
we're thankful for what we have.
Yeah. We've got some of these, there's snow in Montana, across that northern tier, making its way to the Cowboy State, going to sink on down into Colorado also over the next few days. And remember last Wednesday when we looked at that system that was going to affect the south and southeast? Boom,
it's
they're
there.
hitting it.
It's
Yeah.
here. Whoop,
Right.
there it is.
Whoop, there it is. And unfortunately, we still have the critical fire weather concerns in Southern California, moved down even into San
I
Diego.
hear they're very concerned about mudslides now because there'll be some rain coming in.
Oh yeah.
So those poor souls, they have a
Yeah.
lot going on.
Right. And for those, a lot of times people say not much weather happens in California. Well, that's really not true.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like that but yeah, now they're getting it. Right. Temperatures for them is going to be in the 70s as we get into our Thursday. For those of you that have joined after we've done this recording, we are doing this on Wednesday. And this will be temperatures for Thursday across the country. A lot of 40s. It's going to warm up in the south, so that is good news. It's still likely that there's going to be some pretty heavy rains, localized flooding, and all kinds of stuff. Across the Central Plains, still cold. That cold air still moving through. This is what it looks like. We get through our Thursday, kind of clearing out for us. There's that storm system coming in from Montana, going to affect us across the great state of Wyoming, parts of eastern Idaho. And that'll fade through and it'll push into Colorado, rotate off the Front Range, and kind of spread out through Nevada, over through Ely, down through Vegas, over into almost to Death Valley in the western sections. And then it turns into a rain-snow mix and some rain. That should help considerably as we get into the weekend. This is taking you out quite a few days, even into the weekend and beyond into next week, just to give you an idea. Pushing into the close to the end of January. January is going to be history. We're going to be in February. Don't forget your sweetheart on Valentine's Day.
Never. I know better.
You folks out there too. You got a
Hey, Jay, don't forget your
chance.
sweetheart.
Yeah. All right. So the conditions haven't changed a whole lot. We have had a little bit of moisture into the Rocky Mountain West. We still have some extreme and exceptional drought conditions. We need some more moisture. Talking about moisture, we've had our share.
We've had our share, and it's only just begun.
Well,
Yep. I just can't believe that it's been this cold, but we'll get through it.
Yes.
We will.
Yes. Would this be a good time to bring our guest in?
It would be, because
right.
we're going to stump you.
All right,
gonna
Darren Snively is with us today from the National Weather Service. He joins us, and we are glad to have you, Darren. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. Something that you might be you're not aware of. Darren and I met when I was working in North Platte, which was like 10 years ago.
It was.
Yeah.
When I was starting out with the weather service, Paul was our local meteorologist there in North Platte.
Yes.
And we meet again in Cheyenne.
Isn't that something?
Small
Yeah,
world, baby.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So here we are.
We are.
And Wade can't wait to ask us this question.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's kind of, Carl, I want to go easy on you this time.
Yeah,
It's
thanks for
kind of
that.
like just a
Looks like he's
trivia.
got a paragraph there.
Yeah, little. We're going to highlight it, okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This is
yeah.
right down your alley. I know how you like football, Carl.
Oh, okay. All right. Here we go. My forte.
This has you might know this, Mr. Meteorologist, as well. Both of you guys, okay? AJ?
Yes, we got people
The
on
ice
camera.
ball. The ice ball. Who knows about the ice ball? Do you remember what it was?
That was a cold football game.
Very cold football game.
Yeah, that's good. Good, AJ.
Yeah.
Cold football game, the ice ball.
1967.
67.
It was the Dallas Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
And guess, and again, we'll tell the answer later.
All
But
right.
just guess. It's just it's just for us to learn. It's not really like a stumpy Carl.
Oh,
thing.
all right.
You know,
I like these
so
kind
you-
of
so-
questions.
yeah, so you
Since
could-
I'm 1 for 28.
So just try to guess in your mind how cold you think it was,
Mm, okay.
plus the wind chill.
Well, okay, I got an idea.
So
And
just
then
think
was
about
it
that.
snowing too?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
did you have the total of how much snow?
No, I don't.
Okay. So it's
It's more ice than anything. Though,
I see.
Carl.
All right.
And you know why is the ice? Because they had the field covered. There was
Oh,
moisture
oh,
underneath when they
we
lifted it
know
up,
that,
lift
yeah.
the tarp up. It was all an ice skating rink. So more ice than snow, you should say. So I should
The
correct
ice
myself on that.
bowl.
Yeah,
That sounds dangerous.
that's why they call it the ice bowl.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
We'll get back to
circle
that.
back to that.
Yeah.
Now we're going to talk about football.
yeah, we're gonna
Like
talk
for
about
real.
football. Yeah, this is one of the championship games.
Uh-huh.
This is the AFC championship game, and it's Sunday,
Sunday.
and it is the Buffalo Bills
Okay.
versus the Kansas City Chiefs. AJ, what's your call on this one?
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
All
I'd
right.
like to see that too.
Yeah.
Buffalo. Yeah. It could be an upset, Carl.
Uh-huh.
You never know.
Right. And I know how much the Chiefs are loved in the around our area.
Mr. Raider fan, you don't like the Chiefs either, do you? Come
We'll
on.
keep that on the down low.
Yeah, there you go. What's your opinion? Who do you think's going to win?
Am I allowed to go with?
Yeah.
Yeah, either
the
one.
Bills?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's asking permission. That
Nope.
you know where that's
Nope,
that could
nope,
be.
nope, nope.
That's how trouble gets started.
24 degrees, Carl.
Yeah.
Is the wind going to be blowing?
No, it's going to be fairly calm.
No wind chill to worry about.
Yeah. So that's as the game gets out and people are
Mhm.
headed back out. The temperature's going to be in those mid 20s. Earlier for kickoff, it's going to be closer to the 30s, lower 30s. So football weather, but not windy, or it doesn't look like it's going to be snowing either.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy.
Right.
Enjoy the game.
Exactly right. So Darren is an expert on winter weather preparedness and some of the things that we face. We've got the extreme cold watch, extreme cold warnings. Do you want to kind of give us a little bit of a brief on how that all shakes out?
Sure. Like with what we just seen with that pattern that brought us the pretty cold wind chills a few days ago and over the weekend.
Pretty cool.
We wanted to go over some safety preparedness tips and what our watch and warning terminology means when we had a or extreme cold warning in effect for most of southeast Wyoming. What a watch means when we're looking at the possibility of
Mhm.
extreme cold or the conditions. Basically, watch out or be on the lookout for these conditions in the next coming days.
Because they'll get you.
And when we issue a warning, that's when we're expecting it, or if it is already happening, we go with the warning. So the watch, be prepared, warning, take action. So in this case, with extreme cold, conditions could lead to frostbite or hypothermia within minutes.
Yes, they can. And
What are the
then that's
signs to
no
look
good.
for?
And we've got a slide for that, don't we?
Yeah, somewhere along the
All
I
right.
line.
hope it'll be
Well, we
coming
can
up
get
here.
to it.
Should we get to
I'm jumping ahead, Carl. Sorry.
Yes,
What
all
else is
right. No,
new?
we can rewind.
Oh, here we go. We've got some tips here about frostbite and hypothermia. So the wind chills that we had over the weekend with the 20 to 30 or even 40 degrees below zero, if the wind chills kicked in, these conditions can kick in within a few minutes if precautions aren't taken. So the big thing is to take a medical or seek medical attention immediately should you see any signs of frostbite or hypothermia. Some safety tips here. First, get to the warm area.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Plenty of warm, dry layers.
Another good idea.
If you get wet,
You're done.
Especially remove the wet clothing, get into the warm, dry layers, and then warm water, not hot.
Yeah, we learned about that. So do people turn blue?
I would not know
Yeah.
about that, Carl. That seems more of a doctor question instead of meteorologist.
Okay. All right. So we also, this was kind of going in with what you'd said before about being prepared, extra layers, cover up everything that's exposed. And this can really, it can settle in on you quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you are in a snow squall.
Yep. January, we're getting to the thick of snow squall season in Wyoming. We have actually some products out today for the snow showers that are passing through.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you get snow showers and with really strong winds, it could lead to significantly reduced visibility within seconds or minutes. And it can be pretty scary if you're out on the road driving in these conditions. So what we mean by snow squall is basically a real intense burst of snow and strong winds. Typically, they're short duration, on the order of minutes or a couple hours, and visibility again can drop to near whiteout. So basically, conditions can change in an instant, both with visibility but also road conditions.
You could be caught off guard.
Right, really.
caught
And
off
it
guard.
isn't necessarily, it doesn't have to be snowing either to get a snow squall. It could be a ground squall where that snow is
Oh.
moving around.
Yeah, with the snow and the wind, it can cut out visibility pretty quick
Yeah.
and lead to pretty hazardous travel conditions.
Right. So we've seen this, I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but we've got a little bit more on the snow squall.
So a little more about the snow squalls, especially when you get into the Great Lakes in the eastern portion of the country where you have the major interstates and a little more frequent snow squall action. That's led to a lot of pileups on the interstate. So this is a real dangerous setup to be in. So when we issue a snow squall warning, we really ask people to heed action. In this case, if you're already traveling, the best way is try to find the nearest exit and get out of the snow squall. If you're planning to travel, perhaps try to avoid or delay it if possible. And if you're already out in it, reduce your speed, turn on the headlights, but especially try to find the nearest exit to get out of it.
Right. And with some of these conditions, which is somewhat similar to what we have in Wyoming, it can just be a wall. You can just run right into it, and all of a sudden you're really,
You can
like
see
you're
it.
saying,
You can see
Yeah.
it coming.
kind of can.
Yeah.
Yep. So, got other cold impacts.
Yeah, a little more about the hypothermia or frostbite and overall cold impact. We really like to reach out to the vulnerable populations, those people that are a little more susceptible to the extreme cold, like the newborns or elderly, those who work out for several hours, construction industries and
Yes.
whatnot. But the big thing we want to take away from here is if you know someone who fits one of these populations, it'd be a good idea to check on them if we have extreme cold in the forecast, make sure that they can be taken care of.
That's good. Yeah, so we've got over, some of our homeless, unhoused. Yeah, right. Okay. Consume hot foods and warm drinks. That's a hot tip. Throw another log on the fire.
That's it.
Yeah.
And we don't want to forget about our pets,
No.
the outdoor pets, if we can bring them inside during this setup. Young livestock, make sure they have unfrozen water and hopefully a dry
Right.
shelter to take shelter in. We've got our people slide we want to take care of, but also our animals. Don't forget about them.
Right.
Yeah. Because they're part of the family too.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We can definitely relate to that. I don't have a pet at the moment, but I have, and they, right, kind of are susceptible to some of our extremes, especially in Wyoming.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Break those troughs out so they do have some, at least some fresh water. Livestock is incredibly resilient though to some of this cold.
Mhm.
Just amazes me. So, wild
It
Wyoming.
makes you wonder how they do that.
Right. I always wonder that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Standing up on the mountaintop in a windstorm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like you get down in cover, but
Like,
it's
what
kind
do
of
you
going
do?
along with it.
Never know the difference.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So, talked about the Ice Bowl.
Okay. Ice Bowl.
It was the Dallas Cowboys in 1967 playing
Okay.
the Green Bay Packers.
Uh-huh.
Of course, it's in Green Bay, obviously. That's why they call it the Ice Bowl.
Up in the tundra.
Yeah, there you go.
Frozen
The
north.
tundra. That's right. Can you guess what the temperature was?
I'm going to say wind chill minus 40, 51, 47, 46, 52.
What's your guess?
I'll go with the wind chill of minus 35.
Are you guys out here guessing?
I think 30 minus 35 is a pretty good guess.
Yeah, Matt? No? All right. Well, Carl,
I
if
was.
you were the Price is Right, you would have been called up on the stage by Drew Carey
Yes.
because you got closest 48.
48.
Wow,
48.
congratulations,
Yeah.
Carl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
cold.
Wow. You know what?
That's why they call it the Ice Bowl.
No, thank you. Nope.
No.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm back inside. Don't count me in on that thing.
No. Won't be that cold this weekend.
Hopefully not.
No, but
Nope.
just a little trivia there.
Yes.
But everybody, we were talking about cold weather, so
Right.
Yeah.
And
be
that,
prepared.
be prepared. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
We went a little long today. We like to keep it short, but we know that
we got a lot of good information.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Yep. Thank you for
Appreciate you coming on.
Hey, thanks for
being
having
with us.
me.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Derek, thank you very much.
All right.
All right.
Keep between the ditches. Have a good one, guys.
Okay.